Hi, this is Carol Harnett with a one-take Work.Love.Play.Daily video blog. And this particular post was inspired by my very wise friend, Tracie Foster. And I call it the case against multitasking. Tracie and I were doing one of our long hikes in preparation for the Baton Memorial Death March, which is a marathon through White Sands, New Mexico Missile Base, which we did last year, and we're going to do again this year in the upcoming March with wounded warriors. And it's a very meaningful thing for us to do, but if you're going to do a death march, you have to train. And about 6 months ahead of time, we start thinking about how we're going to train, and we do a lot of our training. The short stuff, anywhere up to about 10 miles, often by ourselves because of the nature of our work schedules. But once this time of year comes, we start doing long trainings on Saturdays, which range in the beginning from about 10 miles, ultimately to we will do at least 20 miles one time before we head off to the marathon. And we were doing a new training this time. We thought we were going to do 12 to 13 miles, which would be about right. We were planning on 4 hours. And we generally average, in the course we used a lot last year, about 3 miles an hour, sometimes more, but pretty evenly over the entire course, whether there was a hill or whether it was a flat. But we actually headed off to a game refuge, and the terrain is much different, much more uneven, much rockier, more typical of the Connecticut terrain, which if you've never been to Connecticut and had a home, there's a lot of reasons why there are stone walls. The reason why there are stone walls is there's a lot of rocks. But the course was great. We had to adjust and realized that the 4 hours was about right, but we weren't going to be able to do 12 or 13 because of the amount of hills and particularly because of the uneven terrain. We had a great workout, and Tracie shared a revelation that she had with me, which is that multitasking is grossly overrated. She came upon this insight in a particular personal experience, but she found that when she concentrated on one thing and paused briefly before she moved on to the next thing, that not only did she accomplish more or about the same in the same period of time, but it was better quality, and she had no adverse repercussions afterward. And so we did the same thing in our hike, and what I found was, not only will I tell you that concentrating on one thing at a time, whether it's climbing up a hill with all sorts of uneven footholds or flying on a flat, not only can you accomplish the same or more in the same period of time, but the quality is so much better. And she is right. The impact to your mind and your body is significantly less, if non-existent. And the thing I will add is that if you can learn to pace for the situation, you'll even enhance that. And what I mean by that was, I'm anal retentive, so I track my training on Runkeeper. And I was able to do that throughout our entire hike. And when I was going over it last night, what I noticed was that sure enough, on those really tough terrains, we were going much slower than we normally were, about 2 miles an hour, 30-minute mile. But at the very end, when you think most people would be pretty tired and ready to hang it up, when we were on that last shred of flat, which was about a mile, we were bucking along at like 11-minute miles, which is terrific. So this is Carol Harnett saying to you that multitasking is highly overrated and pacing is the way to go. You'll accomplish the same, if not more. This is Carol Harnett with a one-take Work.Love.Play Daily video blog, hoping you're going to have some great work today, that you're going to enjoy some lovely love, and of course, that you don't forget to play. Thanks.